to button this before.
Hey, we're whoa.
Getting on.
Why are you buttoning up your shirt? Did you just get done jerking off or something? What the? Hold up! No way! Oh my god!
Plead the fifth, Senor, please. Miss Scusi. It was hot. Okay, it was hot in the apartment, and I was unbuttoning because I needed some breathing room, and I was rushing to get set up here. And now we can record if we want to.
Yo, if it's any comfort, I'll bust a fat load later today, man.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you're capable of doing that. I'll crack this open here.
Well, I might. I don't know how much zinc I have in my diet, so.
You gonna hit record or what?
Oh, we're recording, baby.
Oh shit. Okay. Far out. Welcome everybody. To the 9 to 5 boys. We're not editing that out. Let's keep that in there for authenticity.
No, we're keeping that in, but we're editing out the expletives because we did that before the minute mark.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Don't worry, your master baiter and master editor is on the case.
Okay, so we've been off for about 2 weeks. I think we missed last week. We had some scheduling issues.
Indeed.
But there was a Russian coup that week. That was kind of crazy. Did we talk at all about the submarine? I feel like that's old news now. Well, maybe not. It's pretty recent, especially for the families that are affected.
No, it's still pretty relevant because people are going to be talking about that for a few weeks before it dies out completely. So I give it another week or so tops of us talking about it before something else weird happens.
Maybe 2 weeks. It's probably going to be a total month of coverage. We'll see. But that stuff was crazy. And
it's funny, too. I didn't know the fucking CEO of the company that made the submarine was down there with them. I thought it was just, he's just sitting back there oh, fuck.
Oh, no, yeah, the CEO died instantly as well. So now the company's, facing, bad optics and, needing a new CEO, which is what my company is going through. What are you eating? What tortilla chips are those?
Sorry, is the crunching so damn loud? I'm sorry.
No. I'm asking what you're eating because I'm curious.
I'm eating Taco Works tortilla chips.
Nice. Those are good.
Which, by the way, not sponsored at all, but these are the best damn tortilla chips on the planet. If you say otherwise, you're gonna have to really convince me.
No, bet. They're very good. Yeah, Taco Works are. What's the one that's seasoned? What's the other one? There's a special flavor, isn't there?
There's a few flavors, but their original flavor is just sea salt and paprika. It makes all the difference.
Oh. Yeah, the original is really good. So anyway, so that happened. Yeah, the submarine thing happened. Or the submersible, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So was any of that stuff illegal that they weren't following proper guidelines and stuff or recommendations? It seems like they ignored a lot of safety safety mechanisms.
Well, anyone can start a company if they have enough money to do so. I mean, that's been proven time and time again. But
well, no, of course.
They ignored all major safety things by hiring staff that is inexperienced, with dealing with submarines. So they just kind of want to do whatever their boss tells them to do, rather than the trained experts who are do not fucking fast track, your submarine, dude. You're gonna kill somebody.
Or well, they killed 5 apparently.
Yeah.
But and the tragic thing was two of them were it was a father and son. And the son didn't want to go, but it was Father's Day weekend, so he wanted to go with his dad and be with him. And it's oh fuck! Well, now he really does get to be with him.
They get to share a watery grave at the Titanic.
Yep. They didn't even, and it's the dumbest thing. They didn't even get to see the Titanic. It was it was a live stream from a camera that was attached to the submersible.
Yeah, which some dude on TikTok pointed out. It's okay, we could do the same fucking thing and say hey, pay me $250,000. I'll take you to see the Titanic. Put them in a tube with just TV screens, no window, no nothing. And then just, bring them just underwater and have it, shake a little bit. Oh, no, turbulence as we're going to the Titanic. And then just feed them a live stream of the Titanic that's already, or not a live stream, but, a pre-recorded video of the Titanic. And be there you go, that's the Titanic. You saw it. And then bring them back up. And just totally rip them off for $250,000.
No, for sure, absolutely. You can do that. But yeah, no, and that it was really tragic the way it ended. It was it imploded pretty much once it wasn't immediately when they were down there, right? Because it was like alarms were going off,
Yeah,
and then
alarms were
like
going off. Then they lost connection, and they probably figured by around then the implosion happened. Which, honestly, as sad as it is that they died, that's best case scenario. Best case scenario, you die instantly, fraction of a second.
yeah, because like it was
Versus,
milliseconds, right? It was like
oh yeah,
it
like
was
just
only milliseconds.
your brain would literally not comprehend your death as soon as it happens.
No, exactly. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
just be nothing. And I mean, like that's it's all tragic. We're absolutely testing that. Like a
Hmm.
lot of the memes out there, I get it, and a lot of the eat the rich memes, I get it. But um, but these are also still human beings. It's tragic. And like so, yeah. But like,
Well, I
but
feel bad for the
it's
teenager. He just got roped into it by like a guilt trip. Like he fucking
yeah.
knew that this was sus, like right from the beginning. So
He was really unsure, yeah. And then, but it's better that they die by implosion comparatively to like drowning or suffocation. Like
yeah, because if everything went well except for like the connection part, and they were completely lost, and nothing like caved in or anything, and the sub still held up structurally wise.
they'd be stuck down there with only a limited amount of oxygen.
Not a limited amount. 96 hours worth of oxygen. 96
Yeah,
hours.
which is like what 4 days.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Being trapped in a tube for 4 days, knowing damn well your death is probably incoming.
Starving, losing air, knowing you're gonna die. Well, they
Shit,
already knew they were gonna die. They were really scared when the alarm was going off.
they'd be dead by day 2 if they didn't have bottled water.
Yeah, well, they'd also it's the air is limited on like if they hyperventilate, they'll use up more of the oxygen, so it might reduce the time.
True. That is true.
And they're in a stress situation, it's activating their stress response. It sucks. It's all tragic, but I mean, the implosion, it was like immediate. It wasn't too much suffering. It's kind of
Hmm.
easier to quantify it. But anyway, so that happened, and then like Russia had like a coup. Apparently, they were like mercenaries attacking Moscow or something, or the Kremlin.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because like the guy leading the coup started his career as like a hot dog salesman, and eventually worked his way up in the food industry to like be friends with Putin, and then like he started his own military, corporation.
Wow, he really switched industries. But I mean, there's more profit in war than in hot dogs.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man.
Actually, that's a fair argument. But go on.
No, spending a few years selling hot dogs, you learn a thing or two about like funding PMCs.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And then he betrays him and tries to attempt a coup. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
In the middle of like when he's winning a war that he said would take only a few days, but is like taking the better part of a year.
Which is funny
Um,
because that fucking coup basically gave Ukraine an advantage. They actually managed to get some more territory back because Russia was fighting with Russia in Russia.
yeah, that doesn't help. That's like the same shit. Literally the same shit like 100 years ago. Wasn't that the October Revolution or something?
Hmm. And the whole point of that is that this
That
is
was
not
during.
conspiracy theory, by the way. This is proven fact. But like the Germans sent fucking Vladimir Lenin to Russia with a bunch of money, knowing damn well his revolution would keep Russia busy, so that way, Germany wouldn't have to worry about Russia during World War One.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was absolutely a military tactic, and it worked, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Russia was weakened because of their own civil war or revolution or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, revolution's more like it. But yeah, so it's the same thing happening 100 years later, which is kind of interesting. It's very cyclical in that way, but um, the world's just kind of like it feels like I was telling my lady, I was like, bro, can we stop living through like historical events?
Mm-hmm.
It's too much to process on a daily basis. Like we get so much information, we have to weed through so much of that because so much of it's misinformation.
Yeah.
Kind of just nuts, dude. But anyhow, yeah, the world's been crazy. My life's been a little crazy last 2 weeks.
Mm.
Um,
Same,
been
honestly.
really occupied. Yeah, it's just been nuts, man. But we keep trucking along. As I tell my clients, life does not stop at our convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We keep powering through.
yeah, what have I been up to? Yeah, so okay, so this last weekend was kind of crazy for me. So like me and my lady, it was just a lot of driving. It was a really fun weekend. I had a blast. It was super cool. It was much needed too. Like it was just us, mostly like hanging out, driving, doing whatever. So we're driving to Petaluma. And so Petaluma, for viewers who don't know, from where I live, it's about like on a good day, it's like an hour and a half. Usually, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. And this time it was 2 hours. I think it was no, it was a little bit of traffic, so it was like 2.5 hours. Um, but so we left Saturday morning. We had breakfast at her place that her dad cooked for us, and then we left in the car to go up there. Um, and and then we stopped on the way in Oakland. There's this like famous barbecue spot called Horn Barbecue, and so we didn't know how famous it was or how slow the service is, but the food's really good. The food's awesome. It's like a not a Michelin star, but it's like a some sort of within that realm of things, right? It's a very popular restaurant. It's considered one of the best barbecue in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really good. But so we got there. There was a line out the door, and I like remember Kenneth's advice. You know, our friend Kenneth.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, you know, when you travel, look for the places that have a line. That's a good spot." And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Okay, so like this is a good spot, obviously." And so we stopped, and I shit you not, we waited in line for 2 hours just to order.
Jesus.
So here was the setup. So like we waited an hour and a half outside the door, around like towards the end of the building, and then we waited half an hour inside. And so when you get inside, you realize it's just one guy who's cutting and measuring the meat by like half pound or pound, and then there's like one person checking everybody out and getting the sides together. So it's like two people at the register. That's it. To serve like all these people, and there's a bunch of families and stuff, and they order a bunch of shit.
Of course, yeah.
As they do, right? Families have to. And so, but no, it was really dope. So it was also very expensive. Was another downside. It's like kind of like a once in a while thing. But so me and Kate got let's see, she got a brisket sandwich, um, and we got a side of mac and cheese, a large side. We could have gotten a small. It was very hearty mac and cheese. It was very good. Her brisket sandwich was really good. I ate a couple bites, and then
Shit was gas.
shit was gas. And then I had a half a pound of spare ribs.
Ooh, that sounds fucking gas though.
It was, oh my god, they were like had a sweetness to them and stuff, and it was like really interesting, and like they just fell right off the bone, dude. It was like no trouble at all. That's how you want the ribs, bro. It's like perfect. That was some really good barbecue. Um, and so it's funny because I was eating them, so it's 3 ribs. They're pretty sizable. They're half a pound, obviously.
Yeah.
So like I'm seeing them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm eating one, and I'm like, maybe I should have ordered more. Then I get through my third, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was half a pound of meat. I think I'm good. And the mac and cheese was awesome, and we had some bottled cokes, and then we got back on the road, drove for like another. It was another hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then. So we got to the hotel. So we stayed at a Hampton in Petaluma, and the Hampton was really cool because it was an old sugar mill turned into a hotel.
Oh.
So the exterior was like really cool. It was like brick and stuff, and like there was like some back pathways of like for like how a factory looks. It's kind of like how your brewery looks, your work, like that sort of shit, that sort of aesthetic. But it was really dope, and the hotel room was cool, and it had a cute little bathroom. And then we kind of just like hung out around downtown, and we were out there because my friends had a show. I've got multiple people in multiple bands.
Yeah.
So there were two bands I knew playing, and then there were 2 other bands, which one of them I didn't really. I respect their sound, but it's not a sound I appealed to, and that's fine. I will say their bassist was sick. So it's this band Owl. They're this very like heavy metal, kind of like screaming metal, which is cool, right? I don't mind a little bit of screaming in metal.
You mean like kind of like Slipknot level, or even harder than that, like almost like death metal or black metal?
Definitely like black metal.
Ooh, okay.
And like that, it's cool, right? That's but I usually stay in the realm of like doom metal or psychedelic metal, as it's called. But anyway, so
like Paradise Lost or Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats.
Or yeah, and like Black Sabbath or like other bands like that.
Yeah.
Those sorts of types. Or there's a really good one called Scorpion Child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And their album Acid Roulette's really good. If you want to check it out, you'll definitely fuck with it. But anyway, so I'll text it to you later.
Well, definitely text me Al because I fuck with Slipknot, so like I'm curious to see what Al sounds like.
Okay, I'll share Al with you. So then, so let's see what happened next. Oh wait, so it was Rap Bastard Radio, which they always play a great set. Really fucked with it.
Nice.
It was my friends from Straight Jacket. And then there was this other band I never. It was Owl, and then there was this other band I never heard of, PSDSP, which it stands for. It's in reference to it's the Preventative Suicide Deployment System program, and it's like a it's like the suicide nets on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh,
To like name the
Jesus.
band after that, which is kind of like punk as fuck,
That is
and
pretty
that
fucking
bass
punk.
was really cool because he had a bass that was like 6 strings, and so it's like it's kind of crazy. It was really like long and big. He was kind of moving around in an interesting way that I wasn't really vibing with, but to each their own. He was feeling himself,
Was
and he
he
was
was
playing.
he standing like a spider or something?
No, he was like lifting his legs up like he fucking like shat his pants or something. He's like I don't know. He's very moving around very like almost like the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
so that's cool, right? Again, teach their own. Great music. I was gonna grab some merch, but um, uh, so um, my lady got like way too high.
Oh.
I was smoking a blunt, right?
Yeah.
And, it was a strong one. It was the one that was like coated in keef on the outside and like packed, and it was a small one. So I took like, I was smoking that shit, and I shotgunned it to her. You know what that is? Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Where you inhale and then breathe into someone else's mouth, preferably as you're kissing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty much the move. It's supposed to be something that's like sexy.
Which I can vibe
But
with, but it's like, I don't know, like inhaling smoke from another person's mouth when I'm supposed to be sucking face is like, I don't know.
yeah, it's a little jarring, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But she took like two shotguns and was like coughing. She got way too high, and so I was like a little concerned about her, but she handled herself well. She was fine. She was
Yeah.
just most concerned about like acting weird, but I was like, no, babe, you're like just like quiet and relaxing. You're fine.
Yeah.
At least on the outside, I could tell. She seemed like she might have been like freaking out. Anyway, but
Yeah.
so she got too high. So I would have liked to stick around to get some merch, but and she was also getting tired, and like I was getting tired, so I was like, we should just get back to the hotel. And so I was making sure she was like good and stuff. And so we got back there, and then um, neither of us were too inebriated to drive. Don't worry, my high dissipated, and I think I had just one beer that night, at least at the show, and then I had a beer at the hotel room. But
Yeah, of course, because you're at the hotel room, so that's fine.
well, now we're clocking out for the night. But so
Yeah.
let's chill, and then we stayed the night in that hotel. So then the morning, yesterday was kind of like a long day, and so it was like we left the hotel. We got on the road from Petaluma at 11. We had checked out. We stopped at a 7-Eleven to get snacks because our plan was to go from Petaluma to the beach. Now, to put that in perspective, to the Santa Cruz beaches, which Petaluma has nice beaches. It was just very foggy, and I would have liked to pull over, but I figured Kate would also get cold, and I would probably get cold too. I only brought one sweater, and she'd have to have it. But no, so we drove all the way to Santa Cruz, and so that distance from Petaluma to Santa Cruz is um what's the distance? It's supposed to be 2 hours and 15 minutes on like a good day where it's like no traffic, which can happen. There can be that there's no traffic. Like driving the 17 sometimes is really easy, but so there was traffic because everyone and their fucking mums. It's 4th of July weekend. Tomorrow's 4th of July. Happy birthday, America! Even though you fucked us on Friday.
Yeah, I know, right?
But anyway, um, so everyone and their moms was going to the beach, right, for this weekend. So like, we decided to avoid most of the traffic. We decided to take an alternate route. We took the one, which is the freeway that goes on the coastline, which is really really pretty drive, really nice. But that also had some slowdowns we weren't expecting. And so all in all, it took I think three and a half hours to get to Santa Cruz.
Damn.
Just to get into Santa Cruz. Then we stopped to get pizza for the beach. We went
Uh,
to the beach, parked ourselves. I had my chair. I had my hat. Kate had her beach towel, or I think it was a beach blanket. And then we were just hanging out there we actually hung out there for another 3.5 hours. So for the time it took us to drive out there, we spent that time out there. So, and then we got dinner there at this like taqueria, which is really good. And then we drove home. And so last night we saw that new Indiana Jones movie.
oh, what did you think of that? I need to hear your opinion.
It was fine, honestly. Like it was fun to a certain extent. It relies a lot on nostalgia. Some of the writing's good, some of it not so good. Um, the action scenes are all CGI, which really put me off because it's not like for one thing, I get that Harrison Ford's old and he can't. And they also the de aging thing was a little weird in the beginning. Like the first 10 minutes are a flashback story,
Yeah.
which is cool. The story itself is dope, and I really liked that part of the film. It was a good opener. Felt very Indiana Jones. Um, but he would sometimes like the AI de aging. He was like, he'd move his mouth a little weird, like a video game character. It was like kind of trippy. Um,
Yeah.
but anyhow, so then it took me out of the experience. So the visual effects were kind of like pretty poor. Um, I mean, the action it was fun. There were a lot of times too. Like I'm trying to think back to like how old Indiana Jones movies are. It's like, was he really that close to death? Because there was like four stunts that Indy was doing in this movie that like he should have died. He should have fucking just been splattered or like broke his neck or whatever. It's like
I
there's some
mean,
shit he
this
gets into, and so I'm wondering like I want to rewatch some of the old films and like figure out was it really that camp or is this just an over exaggeration? I have to like reanalyze that.
no, I mean in Temple of Doom, the one that everyone kind of forgets about, like there was two different instances. Like one where he jumped out of a plane with a riverboat, an
Oh wait,
inflatable riverboat.
yeah, he would have
Yeah.
died at altitude. Yeah, hitting the fucking water like concrete, dude.
Yeah, no, well, he hit the snow first, which is way worse, and then he slid down a hill through the
Yeah, snow.
jungle
Oh,
into a
the snow
fucking
is
river.
hard, dude. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it is that camp. I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then there's also the climactic battle against that fucking, unholy priest where he almost, like, rips Indy's heart out. Like, Kalima! Kalima!
Mhm.
Like, he
Yeah,
literally was close to death quite a few times.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. But anyway, so it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fun. The pacing was really off. It's not a movie you have to see in theaters, but if you want to, you'll have fun. It's fun. It's entertaining enough. They lost me in the last probably like 20 minutes of the film, but anyway, yeah, it was okay. I don't
But
know.
would you say overall pretty fun ride?
It was fun. Now that I've had a day to think it over, I'm gonna give it like a 5.
5 out of
I might
10?
rewatch it like when it's on streaming, just for like have it on the background.
So 5 out of
Uh,
10?
5 out of 10, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's fine. It's not really needed. I don't know.
Well, the only two movies I'm genuinely interested in seeing in
Fucking
theaters for sure is Oppenheimer and Barbie because I have to support art, and both of those I know are going to be art.
Well, I love the interviews with like Ryan Gosling. He's like saying like you're Kenough, like or like he's like you. Everyone's got a Ken in them, like
Yeah.
that's really just I love the energy to this movie, and I can't wait to like. It's gonna make me feel so many things because like I finally saw the second trailer, and oh my god, it's gonna make me experience like an existential crisis and uh help me heal a bit of my inner child. We'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting.
I think so because like it seems like a lot of the discourse online is like a lot of these dudes are actually like really supportive of the movie coming out, and I'm like, damn, dudes are really just like emotionally shaken to death at a young age, aren't they?
No, absolutely, yeah. It
Yeah.
happens to
Fucking
us.
hell.
Happens to us, man. We're and guys like will come up to like Ryan Gosling and like whisper to him like that they're excited to see it. Like yeah, be like be open and excited about it. It's like we're gonna go see Barbie. I'm gonna dress up in a pink suit, bro. I might do that shit.
Bro, I got the
I'll
fucking
pull that on
perfect fit,
somebody.
man. I got the perfect fit. It's gonna
What's
be
that, dude?
salmon, long sleeve shirt. Okay, one of those button downs that I have, but open, and underneath is gonna be one of those star crawler tees that I have. The pink like floof on it, and then the pink little badge.
Bet.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's both fitting for Oppenheimer and Barbie because it is probably music that they would both listen to. Actually, weirdly enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I bet Oppenheimer would listen to New Age dirty rock, but
Oh, 100%. And honestly, I'm going into that movie with like fueling myself on a 1940s breakfast, okay? Black coffee, orange juice, and cereal, okay? Coming in, enjoying Oppenheimer, coming out, In and Out is like right there. So obviously burgers, fries, shakes. It's got to be the strawberry shake. I got to get in that fucking zone and then
Exactly, dude.
go to see Barbie. Then after that, drinks and clubbing. That's how you end the night.
Exactly, dude. That's the perfect schedule. And me and Kate right now are trying to plot a girlies' night where we all go to see it, or a girlies' day to do it. I'm super excited for that. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try and find something pink to wear. Um, it'll be dope.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. Honestly. But you got to start with Oppenheimer and then finish with Barbie. I don't know anyone out there who's going to start with Barbie and then end with Oppenheimer. If they do that, there's something wrong with them. I'm sorry.
well, they're in for an emotional roller coaster, man. Because like it's you watch Oppenheimer to feel the worst of humanity, and then you watch Barbie to feel better about yourself.
Exactly.
And the best that you can be. You know, it's supposed to inspire you and heal you. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a dope ass movie. The trailer makes it look so much fun. I like the story they're kind of going with. I think that's really interesting and like
Yeah.
a good way to get uh, to tell it. You know, and
Also, the fucking
yeah,
cast is stacked in
no,
both
it's
movies,
absolutely
weirdly
stacked.
enough.
Like Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, Kate McKinnon, Will Ferrell's in Barbie. I didn't know that shit. Michael Cera, Simu Liu. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Uh,
Yeah, and I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna butcher this man's name if I try to say it. But he plays Eric in Sex Education, and as soon as I heard he was in this movie, I'm like, this is perfect. This is fucking
oh,
perfect.
the little British kid, right? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the black British kid. Yeah,
Yep. The little yeah the black British. I should have specified.
because
No,
I
he's
saw.
lovable. I miss him so much.
I know I saw him in Sex Education. I'm like, this man is made for Barbie. Like fucking hell.
No, absolutely, dude. I need to finish that show. I've gotten like halfway through season 2, I think, but I'm currently watching The Bear.
The Bear. Oh, how's that? I keep
Dude,
hearing good things about it.
okay, so like season 1 was amazing, and season 2 just builds up on that, and it's really
Damn.
interesting and really complex, and it's got these moments, dude. It's so magical. I love it. Like the last episode I finished before hopping onto this, um, amazing.
Damn.
Super cool. So yeah, definitely check it out. So I've just gotten like up to episode 4 in season, or episode 4 or 5. I think it might have been 5 in season 2. I might just binge some more tomorrow. I have the 4th off, luckily. Trying to figure out what we're
Nice.
still doing tomorrow, but I think we'll get that plotted out later tonight.
Oh, I already know what I'm doing tomorrow.
What are you doing tomorrow, buddy?
So me and Dad have our father and I have some movies on our list to like watch, and one of them is Cry Macho, starring Clint Eastwood.
Oh wait, I know I remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but I remember seeing that it had been released and promoted and stuff.
yeah. So we're gonna watch that tomorrow, and then make some burgers with genuine American cheese, have some beers or tequila because our dad loves tequila and is trying to lose weight by drinking tequila instead of beer.
Well, that's smart. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
you replace there's less calories in liquor, kids.
100%. Ed Sheeran lost 40 pounds by switching from beer to vodka. Keep that in mind.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should stop drinking beers. I brought some beers to the beach. Uh, yesterday on Sunday. I thought it was a really really clutch idea. My lady and I were like, we need ice for the cooler because I didn't bring the ice packs because I wouldn't have anywhere to store them overnight at the hotel. So I was like, oh, we'll just get like ice in the morning to cool down the beer. Um,
Well, see,
and
that's
so
what I can
then,
appreciate about like stuff like bourbon, because then you don't fucking need ice. So, preferably, you should drink it straight. But like, there
well,
are
yeah, but I'm not gonna bust out a giant bottle of bourbon on the beach. Well, there's lifeguards and shit. I had to pour my shit into a can to hide it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got a little thermos can.
well, that's where you pull the Jessica Jones. You know, where you like just pour a fucking bottle of bourbon into a thermos, and no
Oh
one
yeah,
knows
that's
the
right. Yeah,
difference.
no one knows that. Yeah, no one can tell. But except on your breath.
100%.
But no, so we went to the ice machine to save money on buying ice from like a 7-Eleven or some shit. I thought that was clutch. Um,
Nice, nice.
but where were we talking about? We're talking 4th of July plans. Yeah, so like we're trying to figure out if like maybe like Kate's garage is open, we could hang out there, and like we could maybe barbecue at the park across the street. We'd have to figure out the legality of that, see if that's like allowed. Because I have I have a portable charcoal grill that I could
Oh,
bring,
okay.
like, fill up some burgers. But I have to ask like the band what they're doing tomorrow and see where they're at. See if we want to maybe do something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Yeah, I trust you.
it's been kind of it's been very like last minute building up, and it's hard to communicate and figure out what plans are when people don't really like. My friends are very spontaneous, and so they kind of just decide like either day of or day before, and change shit up all the time. So it's kind of I'll see where they're at tonight. But
No, that's kind of how my friends are too. Like, one of them just calls me randomly. It's like, "Hey, I'm in town. You want to hang out?" And I told him it's like, "No, I got some stuff to kind of like try and sort out and figure out." And then those plans kind of fell through. So I'm like, "Shit, are you still available to hang out? Because we might as well, man, since you're in town." And so we did, and then we played Exploding Kittens, and then till he left.
that's rad, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
And I finally got the hang of that game. I was so confused at first, but now second time playing through, I'm like, okay, I get it now.
It's like any game. It's tough to figure out the rules real quick, but
Well,
no,
it's like
Exploding Kittens
poker,
is
but
fun.
way too many wild cards. So
Yeah, I have Exploding Kittens myself. That one's really fun.
nice.
I also have
Seriously?
Cards Against Humanity that I need to bring more often to parties. That's fun to play with people.
Oh, for
I haven't
sure.
played that in a while.
Same.
But yeah, man. What else has been going on in life?
I
Just been
mean,
running around. Work's been up in the air. A lot of changes in my organization, and that's been really confusing. And I got like a lot of trainings coming up, which is kind of like annoying and bunching into my schedule for client stuff that I try to keep up with. But it's cool. I manage.
yeah,
I'm just glad I have tomorrow off. I don't have to like think about anything. I can just
same.
chill. Indeed.
Yeah, no, work's been crazy for me too. Like the past few days, it's been like a sudden rush of customers, and we've been like doing
Yep.
inventory at the same time. So that's like fun. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Kate's got inventory today, or she had inventory, I think, today, on top of other stuff. I'm sure. That's never fun. I remember at Trader Joe's we did that like every 6 months or so, something like that. I can't
Yeah.
remember. Inventory was kind of, it might have even been yearly. It was a pain in the ass, but
Let's make a promise to ourselves that we use tomorrow to like rest up, recharge, get realigned. You know.
try, man. We
Yeah.
try. It's hard to find a moment of peace, dude.
I know.
Uh, Everything feels so cluttered a lot of the time, and it was nice. I was really glad yesterday, like kind of mindlessly exploring downtown and just hanging out at the beach on Sunday was really just like a kind of relaxing vibe I needed, and like really calm and like just laid back and not really worrisome.
Yeah.
I kind of get to unplug a little bit. I tried not to look at my phone too much. I did end up looking at my phone enough. But anyway, yeah, it's been just trying to find balance in all this, and that gets challenging. Excuse me.
I mean, I've been surfing Twitter until it like completely collapses, which is probably not healthy. But you know, there have been some banger tweets. I mean, shit.
doom scrolling can be unhealthy, and then the layout is just so weird these days.
I
And I
know.
get so many weird tweets recommended, and
Same.
sometimes shit pops up, and you like I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I know. I know what
it's-
you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
but
Yeah. No, that's why I've been kind of relying more on Instagram these days because all the fucking meme pages that I follow are actually firing off some fucking banger posts. Like, holy shit.
oh yeah.
This is some grade A content.
Nice, man. One app that I try to avoid too, and it's really helped that I don't have notifications on it, is TikTok. And TikTok is one of those apps that you have to like sit down and we have headphones on or be in a space where you can like have a thing of volume on.
Oh,
With
I could
video
never
on,
get into
obviously.
TikTok, honestly.
There's some cool content, but it's also like I noticed at the beginning it was a really interesting setup, and I always distinguish this. Is like the setup, the layout was that they didn't have the, you know how like the top of your phone always says like the time and like the battery level.
Yeah.
TikTok didn't have that. It was blocked by the videos and stuff. You didn't see how much time had been passing, and so you'd scroll through like videos and like you'd find yourself, you'd realize you'd been scrolling for like an hour. You didn't really mean to, because all these videos are pretty short, so you don't feel like you're watching a ton of content.
Yeah.
But it does turn into a lot of content when you see several videos or replay a bunch of other videos. But they adjusted that recently, so I think it's like been within the last year that they've had the time now, which helps. And then I just turned on notifications, so it's funny when people follow me, or like friends of mine find me and they follow me, and I don't see that shit for like a week later, or like messages I won't see for like 3 days, because I just don't check it that often. I know that I'm gonna get sucked into it, and I want to avoid that. I really try to spend as little time on the phone as I can. It's really hard because when you're bored, you just kind of whip it out and you iPad baby it. You get some content, so you don't have to have any thought.
Exactly. Drown out the constant noise that fills you up with self doubt or insanity.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. And we all
Yeah.
just are trying to find that peace of mind
Yeah.
in certain ways, and it's all complex, but you manage. You know, I'm doing fine.
Yeah. I think
Sorting
at the end of
through
the
it.
day, we're never gonna find that peace of mind. But like, at least if we have like methods of working through it, then it's fine. So yeah,
Well, maybe we will. Maybe our peace. I think something. I harken back to something that Jerry Seinfeld said on Howard Stern. It was your blessing in life is the torture you're comfortable with, and so like there's always going to be some level of suffering, but as long as
yeah,
you can like mitigate it or cope with it or handle it, you're going to be fine. And I think that's a really cool way of looking at it. It is kind of a harsh way because like well fuck everything has to be suffering and you're suffering and everything, right? Sometimes I stress about money, sometimes I
yeah.
stress about work, but you know I do fine. I manage, and I'm happy and satisfied with everything, and try to generally keep that level of satisfaction. But you know
Yeah.
you see,
I'll tell you what. I think nothing can genuinely kill me because I've drunken 4 Grimace shakes, and so far it has not killed me like any of these fucks on TikTok.
oh yeah, that TikTok trend is hilarious. I actually really like that. I actually see a lot of the TikToks, a lot of good TikToks on Twitter. That's
Yeah,
so
which is
funny.
weird. I'm like, what?
But anyway, no, they're great, and the trends are like insane and interesting. It's like I saw this one meme. Did we talk about? Okay, so we haven't talked about the Colleen Ballinger thing yet,
Oh yeah,
and
Miranda sings. Yeah,
well, yeah, she did like the apology video. I didn't even okay, so I had recognized her face, at least the Miranda Sings character she does
yeah.
or did or whatever. Um, but I've never watched her content, never really cared for it, never really knew what it was. And then I just learned all this shit about her on top of like all these other things.
I figured it was just basically Fred, Higglebottom for like women. That's just what I figured.
Is that Fred's last name?
Yes.
It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I just figured it was Fred for women, and I just didn't care for it.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So yeah, Fred for. Okay. Yeah. I mean, and so then you learn all this stuff, and then the response. Just the response is hilarious. It's like hilariously just awful and tone deaf, and like how could you not? Like your PR team is like, yeah, don't fucking say anything, and then you're just like, well, I can't sing anything. Um,
Yeah, theater kids never do it once. If my kid becomes a theater kid, that's the only acceptable time I can do an abortion post 3rd trimester.
Theater kids are the reason I'm pro life. Pro choice, not pro life.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
those
No,
guys.
theater kids are exactly the reason why we're pro-choice.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
So anyway, so that was yeah. So the apology is horrendous, and then it's like, um, all the it's a very messy situation. It's very weird. It does seem a little just like a lot of the behavior is like sus for sure.
Oh yeah, no,
Absolutely.
there's a whole like slew of stuff that she was like doing with like her fans. And I'm like, that's pretty fucking weird, honestly.
You're like an adult. I don't even like hanging out with teenagers myself, dude. I'm 25. Like if you're even if you're younger than 20, like I don't like if you're like even if you're 18, 19, like that's a legal adult. I could not give any less of a shit, dude. I'm not hanging out with you. You're not interesting. Um,
And it's not because we're weird. It's just because we genuinely have no idea how
they're
to
just
connect with you on
well,
like
they're
a
also just
personal
like
level.
they're just kids, you know. And I'm like that's how I
Yeah,
see it. I'm like I don't want to fucking hang out with some kids, man. They don't know shit. Kids don't know anything. They're not very interesting to engage in conversation. So I don't like
yeah.
hanging out with anyone younger. Anyone who can't drink, I don't want to hang out with. You know what I mean? Like
That's
that's my
facts,
deal.
though. That's
Uh,
facts.
but yeah, so it's just weird that like even if you didn't know what you were doing was wrong, it's like how could you not know? Like it's like the, the kids, man. It's a little sussy. You gotta be careful with that shit.
Yeah, no, that's why I literally like every time I see that meme where it's like like me interacting with like girls my own age, it's like just like total like tripping up on my words and shit and just being like a weird ass like uh interacting with girls like my mom's age. I'm just a total fucking Chad and
Oh,
whatnot.
absolutely. Yeah. No,
Yeah, I'm
totally.
just like fuck shit. I don't know how this works, but that's just how it is.
I'd be swinging some gills, bro. I tell you what.
God, if I had more of that Riz, I'd be like pulling some.
It's kind of part of my dream, right? Is to like find an old lady, spend the rest of her life with her. Very happy in my current relationship. And she is a little older, so I always like my women older. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, so the Colleen Ballinger. Why did I bring that up? I can't remember.
Because it's
one of the horrendous apologies. Like that was just really, just you made it rhyme. Like why the fuck did you Dr. Seuss this bullshit?
and you know for a fact she fucking looked to the side like wondering, it's like, hey, did we hit the 10-minute mark to actually like make it like monetizable? I'm like, you fucking bitch. Like it's a fucking apology video. Why the fuck did you monetize it? Like, oh my god.
It's gonna get views, bro. That's why. People are gonna be like, she used a fucking ukulele, you can't be serious, and they're gonna click on the video and they're like, she used a fucking ukulele. Bro, someone tweeted, stop playing in A minor. That's how you got into the situation in the first place. And like,
okay, that's another thing that I'm mad about, like Twitter falling apart. Like seriously, if you give people the perfect platform, they become an instant comedian. It's fucking amazing. Oh god
just
damn
say
it.
the dumbest thoughts they have, and some of them are gold, bro. That meme format where it's like, you sure shrimp fried this rice? Like that's funny, and then there's like variations like, you sure blunt force this trauma? Like, you know, like
A gingerbread this man? You're telling me that?
Oh my god. That one's insane. I'm gonna use that shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You know, there's some great memes. There's some great shit on Twitter, dude. I talk to my friend Rebel all the time. It's like I feel like when I get like more than 5 likes on a tweet, I'm like, oh, this shit popping off. You know, it's like
God, I fucking got like what is it, 127 likes on a single tweet only because it roasted fucking iDubbbz.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say, man?
Oh, it was one of those like Wojak memes where it's like you got the Chad and then the Virgin Wojak. And
Yep.
it was iDubbbz and his girlfriend being like the Virgin equivalents, and then like PewDiePie and Marzia being the Chad. Because if you look at like comparing photos between the two couples, you're like, it's clear who has the more functional relationship. I'm sorry, like that's just how it is.
No, for sure. I mean, well, you never know. You never know what's behind those doors. But yeah,
If you're judging by looks alone, then you know. But like,
PewDiePie and Marzia are like the golden couple, dude. Gold standard.
100%. Despite some of the shit that he's like done, obviously, like he's still winning. He's still winning at the end of the day.
He's still got some dubs, dude. Remember when he was fighting T-Series? That shit was insane. That era of YouTube, dude, I kind of missed that era. That was a simple time, man. It felt like people were coming together to, like, support PewDiePie. You know, it was like a band together for this one fucking guy against this, like, corporation. It felt like a very much, like, stick it to the man kind of moment for the internet.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate those little moments. Because it really does show what humanity can accomplish when you band together.
Yeah.
Did you hear about how they bullied Dream into putting his mask back on? He's like, and he deleted the face reveal video. He's just like, fuck this. You guys mean.
Bro, and he's just wearing it in public and posting. I'm like, you're sending mixed signals, bro. Like, do you want people to like notice what you're up to, or like, are you trying to like be quiet about it? Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Jesus.
But anyway, it's it's hard, right? It's hard. It must be because like especially with internet celebrity status, it's like it's based off, I guess, to a certain extent, virality, and like there is a certain level of talent, and like so these YouTubers are like celebrities, and like your face is plastered all across the internet for thousands of people to see at any time. People in those stock image memes get recognized. Like I saw a video about this guy, the guy who does. He's like the crying on the inside meme or whatever they call it, right?
Yeah.
That guy, he like talks about how people recognize him on the street in like different places, and like it brings them so much joy because it's like it's a meme, it's a funny thing to laugh at, and like that's cool. But like anyway, so like back to like the internet celebrity sort of thing, it's like these YouTubers, these Twitch streamers, whatever these content creators, right? These various content creators, they get recognized in public much like celebrities do, and so like. They're very much pestered, I'm sure, in some capacity as well, and so it's probably hard to have to go about the rest of your life with people like always recognizing you in any capacity. You know what I mean? It's like
there was
for the chance of that occurring because like you're always on the watch for like who's looking at you. You know?
Yeah, no, there was a guy who wanted to really know the identity of the man in that meme where it's like. Breaking news, the worst person you know just made a great point. You know that meme?
Oh, the bald guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, some dude became obsessed with that meme. It's like, I need to know who this man is. I need to know where he's from and what his name is. And then he does like some real Batman level detective work and figures out that he's just a random dude from Spain who got photographed by his friend, and then it got turned into a meme.
That's awesome.
And the fucking guy didn't even know about the meme until like this guy pointed it out to him. He's like, oh, I'm a meme? That's fucking dumb. Okay.
He was blissfully unaware of his celebrity status.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
as the worst person you know. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I like that.
I know. I'm slowly trying not to like give a fuck, honestly, because like I'm putting my face out there right now. Like we're both doing that right now in our videos.
Yeah, so. We are. Yeah, and so like maybe, if this gets some level of following, we'll probably get recognized a bunch. Who knows? And I mean, again, it's like very much, and even small things, like if you go viral, like people then build a brand around it because it's like you're recognizable, like
yeah,
recognition.
And honestly, with that being said, any hot milfs out there, hit me up at least. You're in a committed relationship,
yeah.
So yeah.
I mean,
hit me up. I'm in a committed. I'm not in a committed relationship, so hit me up, please.
This man over here is a slut. Have at him, dude. He will do anything for money.
What am I fucking anything for views now? Jesus. Actually, you know what? You know what? I'm Chad. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm Chad.
I bet you will be fucking Chad.
Dude, that man's got the Riz. I want that man's level of Riz, okay?
He's really cute. I love his Instagram posts, man. He's like so just like lovable. He's such a fun, simple guy.
He kind of reminds me of Sniping Soup, but if he grew up in Australia.
No, bet.
Yeah.
Wonderful guy. I love Max too. Max is great. I love his reactions to Chad's shit. Because Chad's so unhinged, and then Max is just like a little voice of reason that's like, what the fuck? It's like Rick and Morty all over again, dude. It's like, both like retarded, and then Morty is also still retarded.
Yeah, that's so fucking true, though. Yeah. No, but speaking of posts, I see your posts on Instagram with like you and Kate, and it's fucking adorable, man. I love that shit.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
I live for that shit.
It's been nice, man. It's been cool. It's cool having a lady. I don't know, yeah. Try.
I do want to meet her, but I'm also worried that I might say something stupid, so
Well, she's really excited to meet you at some point, man.
That just warms my heart.
I guess that'll be like September, so that'll be cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's very eager. I was gonna say something, but then I forgot.
That's fine.
So but
speaking of content that I've been watching, I've slowly been working my way through season 4 of Stranger Things because our sister only started recently. Because I thought, well, shit, season 5's coming out, we might as well watch it together. That way, it gives her motivation to keep going with it. And honestly, it's nice rewatching it because there is so much shit that I missed. Holy fuck!
Well, there's a lot that happened. I mean, just in season 4, was that the Mind Flayer, or which one was that one?
Season 4 had Vecna, the Curse of Vecna.
Season 4, that was season 4?
Yeah, that was season 4. Like season
1. Wait, season 5 is not released yet, right?
Yeah, no, season 5 is coming soon.
Oh yeah, season 3. So season 3 was the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
And then season 4 was Vecna. Yeah, that season was jam-packed. It was a 2-parter. And the last half of it, dude, or the second part they released, was like 4 hours of content. It's like just like that's a whole ass like Snyder cut movie or fucking like 2 movies into one, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of insane. But it's like what I really was impressed by was their ability to tie in all that story together and really close a lot of knots. And then like leave a lot of setup for the next season.
Yeah.
And everyone's got these different storylines going on, but they cut so well that you're like you jump back into these stories and you don't feel like you've lost anything. You're like, oh wait, I remember exactly where we picked up.
Yeah.
Where we left off on, so I can pick back up. And it's like it's really easy to transition. I don't know, it was really smooth and well done. The Duffer brothers are doing something.
Duffer brothers.
Duffer? I keep saying the Duffer brothers are doing some phenomenal shit.
They literally create like a mythology, and then they kind of just pick from that mythology what they want to tell in each season. So that's how they tie everything together so perfectly.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because if you look at previous seasons, you can actually hear a clock ringing from Grandfather Clock, meaning that Vecna was there the entire time.
their setup. Yeah, Vecna was there from the beginning, dude. I mean, like that's what season 4 shows us.
Yeah.
Spoilers for those who haven't fucking seen it. If you haven't seen it by now, fuck you. Um, who is the stoner guy in season 4? He was my fucking favorite. He was hilarious.
Argyle.
Argyle was awesome. I love
Yeah.
that guy.
No, he's fucking amazing. Eddie's amazing. Honestly, I'm surprised that like Robin gets like a really good arc too. I'm proud of that.
I was
That's
really
fucking awesome.
glad that she did because she deserved that. I really liked her setup in season 3.
And her and
Um,
Nancy just clicked together like just so satisfying. Oh, it was
Yeah,
so
when they
satisfying.
finally like were like girlies, it was fucking awesome. Very happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Steve's got like a really good like this great fucking like redemption he has of himself and like but like this love triangle of like him, Bitsy and Jonathan. It's like it's a little hard, man.
I know. Honestly,
Because like I'm rooting for Jonathan and Nancy, but I see their problems. But I'm also rooting for Steve and Nancy. But then I'm rooting for Jonathan and Nancy. It's like fuck, dude.
I will say
They're all so
Steve does
good.
have great moments in season 4, but I do remember his arc in season 3 was probably one of the better ones, honestly. Aside from season 1, obviously.
Oh well, no. I mean, well, yeah. Season 1 was a good setup. I liked him in season 2. That's when he kind of fell into his own of being like the babysitter. And then season three was sick. We saw a lot
Yeah.
of good progress from Steve.
Just him, best buds with Dustin Henderson is just fucking amazing. I love that
Oh,
shit.
it's adorable. I love the kids are so good at playing kids, and they have such great chemistry that it's like really, it just really they sell it really well,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
which is really cool. Yeah, they're dope. Great cast. Really excited to see. I love David Arbor, dude, and fucking Winona Ryder, bro.
Yeah.
And the one bearded guy. I can never remember Jason.
God damn it. I always forget his name. Shit.
See him in so much shit. He's a great actor. He's absolutely hilarious.
I know. Honestly, in that show, what was it? Was it called Married? Is that the one I'm thinking of? The one with that fucking dumbass looking dude who's like married to Judy Greer or something?
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah. He
he
played
was
like
in that, right? He was the crazy like husband neighbor or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. Who like got out of a divorce, but he's like the cool like nihilistic uncle. Like that's kind of the vibe
Oh
that he's
wait, he
giving.
played divorce in that show. Oh wait, I'm trying to remember that show.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later and I'll put it in the comments. I swear to God.
It's probably on Hulu. I gotta rewatch that shit. That was funny. It's to some point. Yeah.
He was honestly the best character in the entire fucking show. Like, obviously, like Judy Greer has like some great moments with this Nate Faxon. I think that's his fucking name that she's married to. But anyways,
In the show, yeah.
yeah, they have some great moments. But like, honestly, Murray from Stranger Things, his character is by far the most interesting.
Always perfect. He always plays kind of the same variation of the same guy, and I kind of love that.
Yeah.
He's really good at playing that kind of character.
Yeah, he's kind of like Jason
sleazy
Mantzoukas,
guy.
but like way more tame in comparison. Like,
He's like Jason Mitsukas if he were like
if someone gave him Xanax.
yeah, for real, yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't say half the crazy bullshit that like you would expect him to say.
Yeah, facts, dude.
But
We were
honest-
recording for about huh?
oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
We honestly joked about like Maya Hawke playing like Harley Quinn down the line in like a future Batman project, but I kind of want to see it though, like in the Robert Pattinson Batman
The
film. That'd be
Batman
interesting to
universe,
see.
yeah, that'd be sweet.
Honestly, she would fucking eat that shit up. She would.
She would, dude. That'd be sick.
Yeah. But like you said, you were gonna say we've been recording for an hour, right?
About an hour, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's time for us to clock out. So
Thank you for joining us for this shift. It's been the 9 to 5, boys.
any hot mills out there, hit me up. Hit me up, please. Pretty please.
Comment section.
Exactly. And hopefully it won't be another 2 weeks until the next episode. So see you hopefully soon.